You thought Keir Starmer's biggest battle was in Parliament? Think again. This weekend, 7,000 furious England fans turned to football stadium into a war zone, and their target wasn't the referee, it was the Prime Minister. What they chanted will shock you, and it could change the future of British politics forever. It was supposed to be just another football match. England versus Andorra, a World Cup qualifier, Barcelona, a sunny day. Thousands of England fans are packing into Thirst Stadium, singing, drinking, waving flags, and doing the whole ritual of national pride. But what exploded from the stands that day wasn't a cheer for Harry Kenora, a groan over a missed penalty. It was something else entirely. A chant, raw, unfiltered, brutal, and not about the referee. Not about the opposing team. It was about the Prime Minister. Keir Starmer, na-na, na-na, na-na. Na-na, na-na. Now, Starmer is a C. Starmer is a C. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Thousands of voices unified in rage. The terrorist anthem, once a tune of playful mockery, is now transformed into a weapon of public fury. It echoed like a war drum across the stadium and through every corner of the British internet. This wasn't some isolated heckle from a rowdy group of lads. This was an indictment, a middle finger from the very people politicians claim to represent. No spin, no PR filter, just the truth blared out like thunder. Let that sink in. Our Prime Minister publicly called the C word by his own countrymen in front of the world. No, not by protesters outside Number 10, not by angry journalists or OPPOSING MPs, but by English football fans draped in flags, singing in stadiums abroad. This wasn't politics as usual. This was rebellion, draped in football scarves and fury. And Keir Starmer, he couldn't hide from it. Every clip, every replay, and every mobile phone recording of that chant was uploaded, reposted, and dissected. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube. The sound of national discontent went viral. And what did Starmer's people say? Did they come out swinging? Condemn the language? Acknowledge the public frustration? Nope. Technology Secretary Peter Kyle went on record saying it was part of the spirit of the game. Let that register. Being called the C word on an international stage is apparently all part of the football spirit. You know, you've lost the plot when your own ministers treat an open insult like a crowd wave. But this isn't just about football fans. This is deeper. This is cultural. This is political rot, exposed under stadium floodlights. Because this isn't the first time Starmer has been publicly dragged through the mud. At Glastonbury Festival, Glastonbury Irish rap group, Kneecap led the crowd in another chorus. F*** Keir in a politically charged performance in front of thousands. The chant was repeated and roared back. Not once, not in jest. Over and over. And Starmer's face on the big screen. Boom, booed, mocked, dismantled. The man who once promised competence, integrity, and transformation now finds himself the target of mass chants and ridicule. Not by the elite, but by the people he needs the most, the voters. So what happened? How did Keir Starmer go from the savior of Labour to the butt of stadium chants? Let's rewind the tape. Keir Starmer entered the Labour leadership promising a new dawn. Stability after the chaos of Corbyn. Electability over ideology. Clean suits, measured tones, soft answers. But behind the curtain, his policies told another story. The so-called tractor tax alienated farmers. His silence on Gaza protests infuriated young activists. His U-turns on public ownership, Brexit-free university tuition, and housing reform created an image not of pragmatism but of betrayal. The very base that once rallied to get the Tories out now sees Starmer as a Tory in disguise. A technocrat in Labour, and worst of all, a man without a soul in the fight. The chants didn't come out of nowhere. They are years in the making. C. Football fans are a cross-section of the working class. The same people are hit hardest by rising energy prices, rent hikes, NHS backlogs, and train strikes. They're the ones who don't care about Westminster chess. They care about living costs, jobs, and leadership that doesn't talk down to them. When those same fans call Prime Minister AC asterisk, 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 they're not doing it for laughs. It's a pressure valve. It's their only way to be heard in a system that ignores them. And make no mistake, this wasn't just crude banter. It was a statement, an anthem of revolt. The political equivalent of storming the gates. And it's not going away. Because Starmer, despite his electoral strength on paper, has failed to capture the emotional loyalty of the public. He governs like a lawyer in a courtroom, not a leader in a crisis. And in a world drowning in spin and staged optics, authenticity matters. In politics, when you lose the terraces, you lose the streets. And when you lose the streets, you lose the nation. The worst part, Starmer doesn't seem to get it. His response to criticism is silence, or worse, mockery. While his opponents left and right fuel the fire, he stands at the center pretending. It's not burning, but the country sees it. The chants prove it. When was the last time a British PM was this openly vilified in song? Not May, not even Johnson. This isn't just about dislike. This is about disgust. And now, the damage is done. That chant has entered the national lexicon. It'll follow him from stadium to speech, from ballot box to backbench. Every time he talks about pride, values, or listening to the people, someone, somewhere will play that chant. Because when Prime Minister becomes a punchline, when his name inspires jeers instead of cheers, his time is already ticking down. Keir Starmer wasn't destroyed by a scandal. He wasn't destroyed by an MP rebellion. He wasn't destroyed in Parliament. He was destroyed by 7,000 angry football fans chanting the C word. And no political strategy in the world can scrub that off the record. TikTok, Keir.TikTok. If this chant is a sign of where the UK is heading, then we're not just watching a political shift, we're witnessing a revolt. If you're tired of being ignored, if you believe the people should be heard louder than the politicians, that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe right now. Because this channel gives voice to what the mainstream media is too afraid to say. More truth, more heat, more rebellion. Stay loud.